Hi guys, I'm Tracy. Thank you for joining me today. So I wanted to kind of build on a previous video I did, the one that was called Brushes to Get Before It's Too Late. And I wanted to share some updates that I've been aware of. And I'm going to insert some of my my browsers so that you guys can see what I'm talking about as I'm going through some of these brushes that I'm considering getting. Also, I didn't think I was gonna upload till next year, but I've been just so inspired by the overwhelming response and all the comments and questions and the interaction I've been seeing from you guys, and the large number of subscribers that I have gotten the last few weeks. I was really surprised, and so that really kind of is very inspiring for me to make more content, because it sounds like you guys are really learning a lot about this and getting a lot out of the videos that I've been putting up. So I'm gonna mention a few more brushes that I feel are better to get, sooner than later. And I've been noticing some changes. One of you guys pointed out that Hakuhodo is now making some of their brushes with synthetic hairs kind of mixed in with the blue squirrel hair. So I want to point those brushes out to you guys. And then also show you guys some brushes that I think would be worth getting, and then a little bit more of my perspective on some of the changes going on in the industry and reflect a little bit upon the brush making industry in general. So I'm going to start recording this. Okay, so here we're going to go to the Hakuhodo website. And now this is, I'm going to filter the lid brushes. I can't really fully understand why there are some lid brushes and detail brushes, because they do the same thing, right? A lot of them. Okay, so here you see this G5523 right here. This is an amazing brush. I got it, oh, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, and it's a really nice brush. Hakuhodo has some of the best blue squirrel hair, and I believe they are the same hairs that Wayne Goss has in his brushes. And some of my favorite all-time brushes are Wayne Goss squirrel brushes, as well as the Hakuhodo ones. But I just wanted to bring to your attention that now this is called the G5523N, as opposed to what it was right here. And that signifies that it now has synthetic hairs in there. But if you look here, it just says blue squirrel, so that is very misleading. I would not have realized that there had been some changes, and thank you for bringing this to my attention. I believe it was announced in another site, Fude Beauty, the other brush site, and I think they're just not quite updated yet. But I would say, if you're going to get this brush, just know that this is not made the same way as it was. And I noticed that for another one of their very popular brushes. I'm going to just go to the blue squirrel brushes. So let me see, where is that? It's the G5529. Okay, here, the G5529, that now is called the G5529N. I'm guessing that's what this one is. So in the other listing, the N1 was here. So it just says blue squirrel. I was planning to get this at some point, but I'm gonna not get this one in particular. And I'll show you the one that I am getting. I'm gonna get the G5534. I believe I have it in my, no, I don't have it in my cart. So this one, if I had to predict what this would be like, is the Wayne Goss number 4, which is an amazing brush. I have one, so I kind of wanted to get one that was maybe a little different. I believe the Wayne Goss 4 is actually a little bit longer. It might be 15 millimeters. But I just heard this brush is a really good one, and I'm guessing it's just a matter of time before these are going to be also made with synthetic hairs. So these are ones that I would consider, you know, get them now versus later, because I feel like seeing something like this, you know, now that they're changing the name of this, they're probably going low on their squirrel hairs and they don't have a supplier. That's just kind of what I'm guessing. And I have noticed over the past couple years that they don't have as many blue squirrel brushes. Something else that I've been noticing as well is that they are, let me show you, they are making a lot of their brushes that are normally are just goat hair. They're making them with synthetic hairs as well. See, so this goat and synthetic, I believe this was just a pure goat hair brush. And as well as the one I got in my last haul, which I meant to get. See, this is the one I got, the J509. I thought this was just goat hair, but it's goat and synthetic. But if you see, they haven't reduced the price. So this is $83. And when I got that brush, I thought I was getting, I thought I was getting this brush, because if you look at it, I would say that looks pretty much identical. It's the same exact price, except this is the pure goat hair one. So this is what I thought I was going to get, and I believe these numbers is all the same, 50 millimeters. So I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to go out and get this right now, but if you are looking for something like this, just be careful. And I really hope they didn't change this one. Okay, so this is still goat hair. This is B110, is one of my all-time favorite brushes that I talk about all the time. And I would say I would consider this one, you know, get now versus later, because it's just such a perfect brush the way it is. It fluffs up a lot after you use and wash it, but I can't imagine them keeping it as just a goat hair brush for that much longer. And other ones that I would consider, some of these like K series brushes, these, so this is still a goat hair brush, a squirrel hair brush. I kind of swore this price went up. I don't feel like it was this much. So yeah, no, I'm not going to be getting that. I've been eyeing this for like probably a year. If anyone knows, did the K002 go up in price? Wasn't it like under 100? Wasn't it like 100-ish or like 90? Anyways, I just think some of these are already priced too much, and I think I'm going to probably back off. I'm not going to get, in this order, I'm probably not going to get any more of their face brushes, just because there's so many other ones. But I really am a big fan of the Hakuhodo eye brushes, especially their blending brushes. So just so that it's worth it to pay for shipping, I am going to get, let me see, another, I didn't do a lot of this. I just kind of looked last night and I realized, when I realized some of these changes happening, I might get another blending brush. I've not tried this one yet. I think this one is actually, this is the one that's probably close to identical as the Wayne Goss number 4. And they don't have a blue squirrel equivalent to the Wayne Goss 3, which is a shame, because that is such, you know, it's one of my all-time favorite brushes. But yeah, they don't, I don't think they make one that's like that. Let me look. So this is smaller than the 3. I believe the 3 is like 18 millimeters. And this is, oh, this is 18. This might be comparable to the Wayne Goss 3, because it looks kind of like fluffier. I mean, not that I need one, but if I had to recommend an alternative to the Wayne Goss 3, maybe this one would be the closest, the S142. And I would say this is one to get now versus later. And if you do like this shape, this one is still, from what I can tell, pure blue squirrel. I would also get this one because it's still not that, I mean, this might be like the Wayne Goss 3 as well. I might try this one. I might. I generally don't like eye brushes that are kind of flat here. Like this one is not really tapered, but it might be a good replacement. I'm always on the hunt for replacements of brushes that I love so much, because I kind of think the you know, because of the supply issues and things, a lot of these brushes that I love are not going to be coming back, and that's just kind of the truth. So let me stop recording this. Okay, and I'm going to put this away. All right, and then now I'm going to talk about other brushes that I'm thinking of getting, and a couple of brushes that I have already ordered that will be here probably early next year, hopefully in the next 3 or 4 days. I will film, I'll probably get one video in at the beginning of January, but then I'm going to be taking some time off. So I do want to get some of this information out to you guys before it's too late. So the Sonogy restock, so today is December 29th. This might go up on the 30th, and it's been a few days since the Sonogy restocks went up, and I got the Buffer Pro and the, what did I get? Oh my god, I forgot one of the other restocked brushes, the Master Face. And the Master Face, I've been wanting that for a while, so I'll talk about those when I get them. And I'm considering, just because they're still up, she has a brush called the Chige Pro, which is to me one of their like get now versus later brush, because the hairs are very long. It's made of her real, like, very special dyed goat hair that she has. I believe it's the same manufacturer that now makes the soft cheek brush. So the soft cheek brush was launched I believe in 2019, and then she did a more recent restock, and she used a different brush maker to make it, and I did a video comparing these two. They're both amazing brushes. One of them, the newer one, has a little star next to the name Japan, so I'm guessing that this is the same brush house that's making the current Chige and the Buffer Pro, the Smooth Buffer, and the Soft Cheek now. And these hairs are really nice. They're pretty silky, I would say, but not too silky that they don't pick up powder really well. And I know the Chige Pro is made out of these hairs, so I kind of want to scoop that one up, but I have not decided yet. But I would say, I'm really surprised that they are still on the site and they're not sold out yet. But maybe all the hardcore brush people, already have a few of them already. So anyways, those are ones that I think are worth really looking at. The Master Face, the Buffer Pro, and the Chige Pro, the Face Pro as well. That one is angled, so it's just not as interesting to me, but it's a very large brush. I've heard so many great things about how it really lightly applies blush and bronzer in a fairly big area. But I'm, first of all, not really into like very large powder brushes, and then it's angled as well, so I'm going to skip on that one. But the other ones, either I already ordered or will be getting. So I did get a pretty big reaction from the the topic of the changing, you know, supply issues with the brush industry. And I would really urge you guys to read about all of the products and raw materials that China produces for the world. So, for example, they produce about, so China, I think, and India produce about 80% of the active ingredients for U.S. pharmaceutical products. So the U.S. is kind of one of the leaders in the pharmaceutical industry. So they have manufacturing plants. A lot of them are in New Jersey, you know, Indianapolis, Illinois, you know, parts of the country that are, you know, have a little bit more space. So, you know, if you get a medication, a Pfizer drug, you know, it might say made in the US, but what you don't see is where those raw materials came from. And there's a very, very high chance that those active ingredients, so the active ingredient is what the drug needs. So it's got that active ingredient, but the active ingredient, I don't know for that particular ingredient, but a lot of it is made in China. So the US is concerned. I have read articles that they're concerned about China, you know, canceling trade deals, and the US, if you can just imagine what the US will look like if people could no longer get their pharmaceuticals, that they were no longer able to make them, take them. I mean, there's already a lot of people that are kind of shaky about that possibility, and I believe it's been discussed behind closed doors. But I just think we all should realize that a lot of these things that we take for granted, that we go to the store and buy, we go to the pharmacy and, you know, it's always there. You know, there is a very good chance that going forward, these products could be like just unavailable or extremely difficult to get. So it's not just the, you know, hairs for brushes, but I'm talking about like extremely important materials that would be very debilitating to many countries. I don't expect them to wage war on the country, but what they are already in a position to do is to dominate in other ways, in technology and supply chains. Also, they produce a very large amount of the world's computers and the raw materials that go into computers. So hopefully that kind of gives you a picture of the different perspective. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're still watching, I just wanted to, again, thank you guys for making my 2021 so much more meaningful and allowing me to be part of your lives. And it really means a lot. I can't say enough about how much this channel has changed me and allowed me to grow so much and to make all these wonderful connections with you all. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye.